I'm going to let Bethany and Callie take it away. You feel free to use the Q&A or chat during the session, and anything that doesn't get answered during the presentation we'll address at the end.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Galileo Films on Demand Overview Training and Tips and Tricks webinar. My name is Bethany Gaich. I am a strategic account manager here at Infobase, and I do work with Galileo as a consortium as well as the member institutions. And my colleague, my manager, Callie Castles, is here as well to help me throughout the webinar. Happy to have you guys here. All right, so the agenda today, we're going to cover a bit about Infobase, just kind of the history of the company, just reminding you of, who we are, what products we offer. We're going to discuss the impact of streaming video in higher education. We'll also discuss factors in purchasing and how Infobase meets your needs. And then I will dive into a demo of Films on Demand. So here is kind of a timeline of the overall history of Infobase. Infobase has been around for about 80 years at this point. So Infobase has an 80+ year history partnering with educational institutions to support instructors and students and their learning journey, both in the classroom and beyond. We provide curated resources across a range of formats, including streaming media, which we'll focus on today, reference databases, ebook collections, teacher resources, and customizable professional development and training courses. So a wide variety of products. So I'm going to play a video of Films on Demand, just kind of a refresh of what the product is. If someone doesn't mind, Callie, if you can just let me know if you guys can hear the video.
Not yet, Bethany, no audio.
Sorry, you said you are hearing it or not?
No, no audio.
Oh, okay, darn. All right. Well, so I'm going to be sending out this presentation after the webinar, so you guys will be able to reference the video then. But I'll just play it for the sake of there's subtitles in here. Okay. Apologize that the audio isn't working for the attendees, but as I said, we'll be sending out this webinar deck after the webinar is over, so you'll be able to watch the video then and hear the sound. Okay. Okay. So I want to talk about the impact of streaming video media in higher education. So through listening to our customers and supported by a study through the Ithaca S&R, we see very clear indicators that streaming video is a priority for academic libraries. Streaming video is an incredibly valuable resource, both for instructors and students. This impact on instruction in turn fuels libraries' interest in adding video and multimedia resources to their offerings. In fact, the use of streaming video is projected to double over the next 5 years. So it's definitely a very valuable resource to offer. So these are 5 factors that our content team, our acquisitions team has discerned, as well as just Infobase as a whole, as the kind of 5 factors that institutions look at when they're evaluating purchasing specific subscriptions or content. So those 5 factors include impact on instruction, annual cost, content quality, validation of ease of use, and easy implementation. So essentially, we've distilled these as the 5 most important factors when evaluating resources. So let's dive into those 5 factors, starting with the most important, which is, of course, impact on instruction. Films on Demand supports instruction both through its content and features. On the content side, we curate our collections to offer videos that support classroom learning and research. This curation includes both deliberate licensing strategies and weeding to ensure that collections continue to meet your needs. Our content covers the full breadth of subjects taught in higher education, and we place a premium on bringing in the newest programs to offer the most cutting-edge coverage. On the feature side, we boast tools for customization and control, including customized homepage sliders, which I will show you during my demo, custom web channel management, product settings, suppression, and content hosting. Our platform offers seamless authentication, LMS integration, embedding, which again, I will show you in our demo. And our admin portal provides librarians with reporting tools and usage boosters at their fingertips. So here is Galileo's current Films on Demand Master Academic subscription. So it highlights what is in that collection. So this collection is available through opt-in, as well as currently it is a centralized purchase for Galileo members. Excuse me. So just as a reminder, as of August 31st, members will lose access to the Galileo centralized purchase due to discontinuation of subscription. So we do not want anyone to lose access to this valuable resource, especially if it's utilized within your courses. So please contact myself, and I'm going to include my email address when I send out follow-ups from this webinar, or John at Galileo for pricing on this collection, as well as our other collections that we do offer. So please respond to this email directly. If you're interested in pricing, I'm happy to provide that to ensure you don't lose access. And as a reminder, Films on Demand MAC collection specifically has over 40,000 titles from a variety of top producers such as HBO, PBS, TED, and you have the ability to watch full-length videos, create segments, playlists, which again, I'll cover through the demo today, but you get all of that for one price, unlimited access to content. And then I did want to include our premium collections as well on this slide. Some Galileo members do currently opt into these subscriptions. These collections are available for purchase to augment your core Master Academic collection, which is the collection I just highlighted. I do want to call out the Career and Technical Education collection specifically. It is highly popular. We have seen a shift specifically in higher education towards more, kind of associate level or trade type of careers. So this collection actually highlights those type of career paths. The CTE collection is the most comprehensive career and technical videos collection on the market today. It has over 6,500 videos. And this package also arms career centers and counseling departments with content that's specifically tailored towards like associate degree level courses or more of those trade skill type of career paths. We also do have the nursing collection, which I know that the technical schools through Galileo subscribe to currently, as well as a variety of other collections such as allied health, physical therapy, veterinarian science, and world cinema. So I just wanted to highlight those as well. Okay, so back to our kind of content acquisition process. So I want to spend a minute on our acquisition process because it really demonstrates how important it is to us to offer only the best curricular content we can find. Our strategy is built on 4 core principles. 1, licensing high quality educational content. The emphasis here on educational, specifically for higher education. We have stringent criteria for assessing curricular fit, as well as the value of the program for instruction or research. Number 2, we focus on different areas of curriculum each year, both to maintain our areas of strength and invest in growth areas, i.e. emergent topics. On the right, you can see some of last year's in this pie chart. You can see some of last year's activities broken down by subject. We have added most content to. Our top subjects continue to be history, sociology, psychology, and we've also invested in several kind of emerging areas, including health, music, and dance. Number 3, we prioritize newer copyrights, which means programs produced within the last 5 years. This has been a major focus as far as strategy goes for our content team. And perhaps most importantly, driving value and doing this by monitoring metrics, usage specifically, and making data-driven decisions based on that. So cost, as I mentioned before, with the Films on Demand collection, you do get that kind of guaranteed pricing, as far as like having access to multiple videos simultaneously for one price. We know that cost is critical in the decision factor as far as what universities and colleges will be purchasing. For all our products, we offer transparent, predictable pricing. You get unlimited simultaneous access regardless of the device for one straightforward annual subscription price. You're in good company. Infobase is a proven provider with over 3,300 customers in higher education. That's 84% of all degree granting institutions. Okay, so this slide highlights some 2024 content additions that we've made so far since January. So for the first 6 months of the year, we've added 463 new titles, which is exciting. And those top subject areas are health, sociology, history, philosophy and religion, English and language arts, and visual and performing arts. And here's some images of some of the content we've added so far, and we continue to add content every month. So this slide just gives you a sampling of some of the powerful brands that we work with. I know I mentioned, HBO, TED, but PBS, BBC, History Channel, so really powerful content brands. This slide actually highlights content that is only found at Infobase within our collections. So they all carry new copyrights and match up to classes on technology and society, music, information, literacy, which I know this whole conference, the kind of theme is literacy. So we do incorporate that into our platform as well as health. So as far as the curation process goes, we are dedicated to providing you with a best-in-class experience. And part of that is making sure you find the right content quickly and easily. So how do we do this? We do this by refocusing on relevance, usage, age, and feedback. These 4 metrics feed into our decision-making, both on the front end and on the back end. By front end, I mean licensing content that we're actually pulling into the platform initially. I talked about criteria for assessing relevance and the role that usage plays. Feedback is super critical for us. We listen to our customers regarding what programs they want to see and any content gaps that there may be in the platform. On the back end, we review our content on an ongoing basis to identify older programs with low usage that can be retired from the collection. We are careful to only target programs with old copyrights that have been on the platform for at least 5 years and demonstrated track record of low usage. As you can see from this graph here on the right, our top performers in 2023 had an average copyright. So some content in here is truly evergreen and relevant, even though it may have, somewhat of an older copyright date. Okay. So another factor in the purchasing decision is validation of ease of use. So we know that's important for you and your end users to get up and running quickly and easily with our platforms. Our platforms do offer intuitive interface that works straight out of the box. The homepage sliders are changed out each month. It gives us a dynamic experience that exposes them to a breadth of content, and our taxonomy, search, and browse options support a deeper dive into our resources. Our video page includes a wealth of tools to support instructional use, such as custom segments, translation and citation tools, as well as personalized experience, such as creating playlists, which I'm going to show you today, and to add to favorites. We have also created support materials, including searchable user guides, tutorials, to help patrons get the most out of their subscription. So we do know that quality content is key. It's probably one of the most important driving factors for purchasing decisions. So here I have a grid comparing films on demand to a close competitor. Our number of titles and average copyrights highlighted emphasis on quality, which we do by curating our collection actively. We also negotiate exclusivity on a larger number of programs. We offer 21% in the US versus 3% from our competitors' collections, and we have films in over 60 different languages. So as checklists for success in regards to implementation, so you do have a dedicated customer success team, me specifically. So if you do add any of these products, I will ensure that I work with you directly on onboarding, training, integration. We focus on effective implementation and clarity in onboarding, so you don't have to spend extra time and money with additional resources and training. Alongside this, we've created a host of resources to support and enrich your experience. We have like a product Zendesk page with lots of great resources, as well as within the Films on Demand platform, we have educator guides, quick start guides, tutorials, recorded webinars, tips and tricks, and more. And we have this for all of our products. Okay. Any questions so far that I can help answer before I move into the demo? No. See some stuff in the class.
Nothing's coming yet, Bethany.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can switch over. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see it.
We are in your notes page. We are on the platform.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is the Films on Demand homepage. Some of you are hopefully familiar with this. If not, welcome. So this is the homepage where you would land when you log into the platform. So a few things I want to call out here. I mentioned the sliders when I was going through my PowerPoint. So the sliders are here. So the Pride Month recently added, new in social sciences. These are technically sliders. So they're videos that have been curated together based on a specific topic. These actually are fully customizable. So you as an institution, you can pick your own sliders, you can create your own, you can even change the order of them. And these are changed on a monthly basis. So, we really do try to focus kind of on seasonality, like Pride Month, for example, so that it helps with kind of promotional purposes and seasonality of, when you're looking to promote this content out. Okay. Sorry, I just need to move this. So you can use the search function at the top here, but I definitely recommend coming up to the burger menu here. It allows you to see all of the content that we have within the platform. So you would come down to view all. And as you can see, we have a variety of different subject areas, as you said, multidisciplinary. So I am actually going to go into literacy and learning language, since I do know that the theme of this webinar is literacy. So as you can see, it is filtered to literacy and language, since that's the topic that I picked. You can choose more filters as well. You can do full titles, series, segments, specific video types, copyright dates, and producers. So you can get pretty kind of like narrowed down with your search as far as what you're looking for. And another thing I want to point out is that if you actually copy this page link, if you click on that, it will essentially copy what you have saved here. So if you have something filtered out, like we have it filtered to literacy and language, that link will save what you have filtered, which is really handy, especially if you're sharing it out, say within a LibGuide or within your courses or an LMS, being able to have kind of that curated list saved for you. So I'm going to click into one of these videos. Okay. So this video is Poetry on Fire Teachers Workshop. This is a 37-minute and 19-second video. So a few things I want to point out here. So if you hit the share button, you would be able to share this video out via email, or you can go to the link function, which would allow you to get a record URL or an LTI link if you are going to be sharing this within your LMS. So that is how you access that. Add to playlists, which I'm going to show you, or favorites in a minute here, how to do that. Cite a video and create a segment, which is another thing I'm going to show you. And then you have a transcript here. So it gives you a full transcript of everything that is being said in this video. And then if there are pre-made segments, so you can create your own segments, as well as some videos have already kind of pre-made segments. They will show up here. And the quiz feature, I'm going to show you how to access that as well, since that is specific to instructors. Okay. And then down at the bottom here, it does give you details of the video. For example, it shows you producer, copyright date, the type of video it is. So it's, I know, helpful to have the detailed information of the video. So we're going to create a segment. So I do want to just point out, in order to create segments and playlists, you do need to be logged into your Films on Demand account in order to be able to do that. So I created an account. I'm in your Galileo admin portal, or the main Galileo Films on Demand URL. So I created a login. So you do need to do that to be able to create segments. So you would come to create a segment. And you can think of segments as essentially they're portions of a video. So maybe within a course that you're teaching, there is like one section of a video that's directly relevant to what you're teaching. You can essentially condense down that video and be able to share out that particular segment. Or maybe you want to add in a quiz to that particular segment, that particular part of that video. You can do that as well. So how you create a segment, it's pretty straightforward. You hit segments, create segment. So basically you want to hit play in order to get to the start time of your segment. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to drag it. I'll do like, 7 minutes and 5 seconds. So I hit that. That's going to be the start time of that segment. In order to do your end time, you hit play. And you would end the video basically wherever you want it to stop. So again, I'm just doing this for the sake of this example. And hit set end time. You would name the segment whatever you would want it to be. So I'm going to do test. So hit create segment. So the segment is now created. So there is now a section here called custom segments. Those are the segments that you have created yourself, or the one I created. And then the segments are the ones that are kind of pre-made in the system. So you can now add segments to a playlist. You can think of a playlist as essentially a curated list of full-length videos or segments that are related to that specific topic. Playlists are really handy for classes. So it saves time. Instructors can go in and create a playlist of specific content that's relevant to their particular course. And be able to share that out with students to, quickly access that direct content. Playlists also can be changed over time, which is really handy because, if instructors are teaching the same classes year over year, it's a way for them to be able to keep content fresh and exciting by being able to kind of tweak things within that playlist. So I'm going to show you how to add a segment to a playlist. So you would come to this add to button here. You can do favorites as well. Like you can create favorites for specific content, but for this playlist option, you can see the test that I just created. And I don't have an existing playlist because I'm in your platform. So I'm just going to create a test one. But if you do have an existing playlist already made, you would be able to select from that option. And then I'm going to hit save. And all of your content that you create, your segments, your playlist, anything you've added to favorites, you would be able to access under your content, which essentially, this just take me right to it, but you would be able to access that through your name up at the top here, and you would go to my content. So you can see my test segment that I created here, and then this is the playlist. So if I click into this playlist, it has just that one segment that I added to it. But as you can see, this is essentially how a playlist would function, and you can keep adding videos or segments to it and then be able to share it out. So it's a really handy feature, especially for instructors. And then, you can share it here through like a Google Classroom link, a linked playlist. Again, you can get that LTI link if you're using it within an LMS, or email it, and you can cite it as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you the quiz feature now. I'm going to go back. So again, you do need to have an instructor login in order to be able to take quizzes, which, makes sense. If you're going to be, obviously quizzing somebody, it's usually going to be students. So you would come up to the quiz feature here. So you can give a name to your particular quiz. Again, I'm just going to call this test. Okay, so basically it says simply pause at the point you want to insert a question and a marker will be added. So you can pick a specific section of a video that maybe you want to test knowledge on and be able to insert a quiz there. So I'm just going to do it at a random spot in here. So let's just do 9 minutes and 51 seconds. I'm gonna pause it. I'm going to hit add question. As you can see, it's saved at the time that I pause it at. So I'm going to select an option. I'm just going to do true or false, because you can do like the multiple choice, check all that apply, like whatever format is your preference. So it's true or false. So we'll just do I know, very obvious question. Okay, so my answer is true. So I'm going to hit next. So as you can see, that question has been created and I indicated that the answer was true. And then you can keep adding questions to this particular video if there's more you want to test on, or you can hit finish quiz. And then you have the ability to kind of select how you want the answers to appear. Like, do you want to randomize the answers, show correct answers, send email to results, or include directions to students, whatever your preference is. And then you would hit save it. So we'll just do. So if you come back up to my content, you will now see that that quiz is in here that I created. So there's a few actions here. So if you want to share it, preview it, edit, copy, delete it, you have the ability to do that and be able to essentially share that out to students that you're requiring to be tested for that particular video. All right. So I want to show you the calendar feature next. So this is a really handy feature specifically for marketing purposes. You would come up to the hamburger icon and you go to calendar. So this is essentially a comprehensive calendar that correlates notable past and present events, holidays, birthdays, other month-long themes to content that is included in your subscription. So it's essentially curating content for you, which is really nice. You don't have to spend the time going in, searching for videos on a particular topic. We do the work for you. So I always like to point this out. Not everybody that I meet with is aware that this is a feature within the platform, and it's really helpful just to get the word out about the product and, again, promote kind of that seasonality. Okay. So I want to show you the admin dashboard. I know not everyone on here necessarily has admin access, but I do want to show you how you can actually change the order of the sliders, how you can create your own, and where you would essentially go to pull usage data. So when you're in your admin dashboard here, you would come to product settings and you would go to homepage. So this is going to show you, as you can see, it looks very similar to the order of what we saw when we were looking at the platform. So you can actually come in here and you can set the active slider order. So you can kind of, I'm not going to do it because it's your platform, but you can drag and drop these, kind of change the order of them. And then if you want to create your own, you can hit create new slider, enter the name, and you would be able to actually create your own customized slider that would appear on your homepage. So I always like to point this out because, again, like, each school is different. Each school might be focusing on different initiatives or, you know, just priorities. So you have the ability to change it to fit your specific needs. Okay, if you come back to my resources, and if you want to pull usage reports, you go to reports, and there's a wide variety of usage reports in here. I'm not going to go too in depth with this today just because of the training material that we're focusing on, but you can pull different areas of usage for films on demand. Specifically, the collections report is super handy. It allows you to see which collections within, say, like your master academic package are being heavily utilized. The core video report shows you what videos are being watched, so you can get an idea of kind of themes, you know, what collections and types of topics are getting the most usage. And then you can actually go back to the sliders, for example, say there's a particular topic that's really popular, is getting a lot of usage. You can create your own custom slider based on that and have that kind of at the front and center on your homepage, because you know that that's content that's in demand. Okay. So that is my demo portion. Any questions so far? Nope. Okay. I'm going to go back to, sorry, I'm switching pages here. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Give me 1 second. You can see the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Nope. I'm sorry. 1 second here. So I just want to point this out. I'm not going to go through this because I did just go through all of this on the demo, but for your reference, the topics that I showed you how to essentially manage within the Films on Demand platform, I made notes of that on this deck. So you'll be able to review it when I send out the deck after the fact. But this gives you kind of a general overview of segments, playlists, quizzes, the calendar feature, where to find that. And then, there's additional features for Films on Demand specifically, like it's mobile compatible. We have dynamic citations, Google Translate, and easy integration into LibGuide specifically, and then a multitude of LMS systems. Okay. So I do want to mention Credo Reference, since it is another product that some Galileo members subscribe to. So Films on Demand and Credo are really complementary to one another. You can think of Credo Reference as like a research starting point. And then, once you kind of narrow down your topic, you start your research, maybe you want to find videos that are directly relevant to that content. You can then go into Films on Demand and kind of pull the content in both platforms together and be able to put that in, say, a LibGuide or share within your LMS. So that the two platforms are kind of building off one another. So Credo Reference essentially is a true academic alternative to Wikipedia. You can think of it as like a bookshelf away from your library. It is chock full of ebooks that offer world-class reference for beginning researchers and faculty building introductory courses. So it's very handy not only for instructors, but for students as well. We do offer thousands of full text titles and images from 100+ premier reference publishing partners. So one of the most fantastic features of Credo Reference, among others, is going to be the federated search feature. So federated search allows users to have access to multiple databases within the Credo Reference platform. So as you can see here, it says resources, and it lists like JSTOR, ProQuest, so other platforms that are not necessarily an Infobase product. Actually, you will be able to access content from those databases within your Credo Reference platform. So essentially, it links out to these other products. So this feature is really helpful in ensuring that you're keeping users in library resources. I know that's super crucial. We want them to stay in these resources and not be tempted to go to Wikipedia or Google. This is ensuring that they're getting vetted, accurate content. So if a student clicks on a link, so say they click on the JSTOR link, it will actually open, it will use your authentication specifically and bring you to a separate tab. So students can easily kind of toggle back and forth between, say, JSTOR and the Credo Reference page. And again, this keeps students within those library resources. So Films on Demand, for example, any of our Infobase products can actually be added into the federated search feature. So again, it allows for, increasing kind of visibility to all these other databases that you subscribe to. It will increase usage, and it also helps with that kind of research aspect. So, maybe there is like a topic that a student maybe wasn't even aware of that they were able to learn more about in another platform, and it just further expands that research capabilities. Okay. So these are kind of just all the opt-in opportunities currently for Galileo members. These are, members subscribe to these products kind of across the board. So just again, as a reminder, members that get access through the Galileo centralized purchase will be losing access due to the discontinuation of the subscription as of August 31st. And this is that centralized Films on Demand Master Academic purchase. So again, we don't want anyone to lose access if they still are looking to have it, especially with content being embedded in courses. It's super crucial, to ensure that you don't lose access to that. So please contact myself or John for special pricing on this collection. As I said, I'll be sending out a follow-up after this. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you're interested in pricing. And that is it. Thank you for everyone attending. I appreciate it. My contact information is listed here. And as I said, I will be sending out a follow-up to all Galileo members with the recording and as well as deck. So please reach out to me if you're interested in any pricing on anything, or if you have questions about anything. Happy to help. So yeah, any questions on anything?
No questions so far.
All right. Give everyone just a minute in case anything comes up.
The after lunch crowd is always a tough crowd for questions.
It's okay. If anyone thinks of anything, obviously I'll be reaching out. So if you think of something after the fact, happy to help.
I'll say we can probably end it there. Thank you very much, folks.
Of course. Of course. Happy to help. And if anyone needs anything, please let me know. But yeah, I'll be in touch. Appreciate your time.